So the temperature reinforcement of 8 mm at 250 mm center to center, we will see whether it is feasible for us to provide this at the bottom of the base slab. Okay, so as of now we have calculated the main reinforcement for the heel slab, and it is 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. Okay, so we have to check whether this is feasible or not. So next we go to check for shear stress, and it is given by tau v equals to 1.5 times the pressure at the point B. Okay, so in case of the base slab or the heel slab, the force which could cause the shearing is this pressure which is at the point B. Okay, so at this point there could be shearing. So we need to know how much is the pressure at point B. So we had calculated that as 68.8 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, or 68.9. So substituting all this, we will get the shear stress at that point B as 0.2584 Newton per mm square. We had provided the area of steel, main steel, as 10 at 125 mm center to center. So let us calculate how much we have provided per meter width, and we calculated by 1000 into area of 110 mm bar divided by the spacing that we had provided. So for 1 meter width of the heel slab, we have provided around 628 mm square of steel. So from the IS 456 table 19, let us have a look at the table 19. The percentage of steel, first we need to calculate what is 100 AS upon BD, and 100 AS upon BD for the heel slab is around 0.15%. Okay, so 100 AS upon BD is 0.15%. Okay, so it is here, and we are talking about M20 grade of concrete. So tau C, that is the permissible shear strength of the concrete grade M20, is 0.28 Newton per mm square. Okay, so 0.28 Newton per mm square is how much the concrete can take, and 0.25 is how much it is experiencing because of all these loads. So since how much the capacity is more than how much it is experiencing, it is safe in shear. And the last part of the design is design of the toe slab. So again we have tabulated here, and we need to find out the upward pressure at CDIF. This is the pressure distribution diagram, and we are talking about the rectangle CDIF. So CF works out to be 71.7. Okay, so this here is 71.78 kilonewton per meter square. Also we know that the width of the toe slab is 1 meter. Okay, so the area of that rectangle is 1 meter into 71.78. Magnitude of load is 71.78. Here we have to find out the distance from the point C. Okay, so the distance from C is 0.5, and the moment is 71.78 into 0.5 will give us 35.89. Now since this is upward, I have marked it in red. Next we have, due to the triangular portion JFE or IFE. Okay, this is not J, this is IFE. IFE, and it will be half into base into height. Okay, so this small portion here is 8.98 kilonewton per meter square. So it is 4.49 kilonewton. Centroid from C, okay, will be 2/3 from F, so it will be 2/3 of 1 meter, which is 0.67 meters. Okay, so it will be somewhere here, right? Actually in the opposite direction, because we are talking about its upward force, right? So somewhere around, this is 2/3 distance. This distance is 2/3 of 1 meter. So this is 3 meters. So the total upward moment is 38.89. Downward we will have the weight of the toe slab, and it's a rectangular portion, 1 into 0.45 into 25, which is 11.2. The centroid from C is 0.5, moment is 5.6. Now on the toe slab as well, there is some weight of soil, so there is around 1.2. So let us look at this diagram. There is around 1.2 meters of soil. Okay, so we need to calculate this distance. We know this is 0.45. The depth of the heel is, or the base slab is 0.45. So 1.2 minus 0.45 will give us 0.75 meters. So that is the height of the soil above the heel slab. Okay, so it is 0.75 into 1 into the density of soil is 18. We get 13.5. It is acting at 0.5 from C, and we get a moment of 6.75. So the total downward moment is 12.35. Okay, now if we find out the total maximum working moment, it will be 38.89. Okay, it has to be the difference between 38.89 and 12.35. Okay, so the resultant moment is 26.54. It is marked in red because it is upward. Okay, we have noticed when it is on the heel slab, it was downwards. That's why I had marked it in black. Okay, so this is upward. So the ultimate moment mu is 1.5 times this 26.54. It is 39.81 kilonewton meter. If you try to find out the AST, you will find out that the AST is very low. It is lower than the minimum. So we have provided here the minimum area of steel using 10 mm bars. The spacing is 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. Now, where do we provide this steel? Okay, so this is the diagram, and we know that the net, so this is my heel toe slab, and the net movement was in this direction, right? So for the heel slab, it was as marked in the green arrow, but for the toe slab, it is in the opposite direction. So the bending will be something like this. So this is experiencing tension, this face, bottom face is experiencing tension, whereas this face, the upper face, is experiencing compression. So this reinforcement of 10 at 125 mm center to center is to be provided at the bottom. So instead of, actually this is required only for the bottom of the toe slab. Okay, but it needs to extend for a distance of L by D after this part here, okay, distance of L by D, and after that we can obviously provide the temperature reinforcement of 8 mm at 250 mm center to center, but the distance that will be for which we will be providing the temperature reinforcement will be very less. Okay, so it will be, say, this is 1 meter of the toe slab, and plus LD for 10 mm will be around 70 centimeters. So 1.7 meters you're already providing 10 mm bars. Okay, so instead of discontinuing that and for the remaining portion providing 8 mm at 250, we will change this and provide 10 mm at Okay, 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. So what I'm doing here is I am just continuing so the one marked in blue is 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. Now the only detail that is remaining here are these dotted bars, that is the distribution bars, and that also we will provide at 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. Same for these dotted bars here. Okay, so all these are 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. Also, when we are sending a drawing to the site, the drawing has to be complete in all respects. So we have to show all the dimensions of the retaining wall and the dimensions of the curtailment or any extra detail of the steel that is required. So first and foremost, let us show all the dimensions. Okay. So we have 4 meters of embankment height, 1.2 meters of the depth of the foundation, toe is 1 meter, width of the stem base is 0.45. This has been reduced as we go higher and made up to 0.2 meters. This is only because as we go higher, the pressure of the earth will be lesser and the requirement of the thickness of the stem will be lesser. So we have provided a minimum height of 0.2 meters. Width of the heel slab is 1.55. The thickness of the base slab is 0.45 meters. So this is the geometry of the retaining wall. Then we move on to the reinforcement. So we have 16 mm at 150 mm center to center in the stem. The distribution is 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. This reinforcement is on the inner face of the wall. On the outer face, to take care of the temperature changes, we have in both the directions. Okay, so the dotted lines as well as the dots here are 8 mm at 250 mm center to center. Coming to the base slab, we designed the heel slab and the toe slab. So the reinforcement marked in green is the main reinforcement for the heel slab, and it is 10 mm at 125 mm center to center. And the distribution is also provided as whatever we got for minimum steel, that is 10 mm at 125. On the bottom side, on the toe slab, the one marked in blue is the main reinforcement for the toe slab, and that also worked out to be the minimum. So we have provided 10 mm at 125 mm center to center in both the directions. Please note that you see this red bar here of the stem. It takes a turn. Okay, you watch this. It has taken a turn, and we have to embed this, and the embedment length has to be equal to the development length. Okay, so that much of length has to be provided. So this length is nothing but the development length of the 16 mm bar. Also, in your detailing, you have to show what is the grade of concrete and the grade of steel that you have used. Okay, so this is the complete picture or the complete detailing of the retaining wall.